Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Shauna. I am a recovering addict and I have been sober since September 27th, 2016, and I'm so excited for today's video because we are recreating my Instagram look of having 900 days of sobriety. It is so incredible. I cannot believe I've been sober for 900 days, but as you saw on my Instagram post, I did have a screenshot of my 900 days, so you are actually seeing this a little bit after. I'm so excited. I hope you guys enjoy how I made this look. I think it looks pretty cool, to be honest. So I'm so happy you guys are taking this journey with me. And with that said, let's jump into the video. Okay guys, so as always, we are going to prime our lids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. And just rub that in. I'm going to start off using my ColourPop palette, and I want to use this cobalt blue shade in the middle. And I'm going to pop that in my crease. I'm blowing it out a little bit above the crease. Since this is a video on my 900th day of sobriety, recovery, whatever you want to call it, we should talk a little bit about that. But before we do, I'm next going to go into the Ace Beauty Slice of Paradise palette. It is a beautiful rainbow palette. But I am going to go in with this color here called Bluebell, and I'm going to put that right above and just kind of blend it together. So yeah, 900 days today. I cannot believe it. It's gone so fast. I remember when I started in late September 2016 this lifestyle. I remember in, I want to say November, like mid-November, someone got their 2-year chip, and I was like, that is so far away. That seems so unobtainable. But I obviously got my 2-year chip in September of 2018, and on the 27th of this month, March, it will be 2.5 years. I can't believe it. I remember it thinking this is gonna take forever. I cannot. I mean, 2 years, who gets to that point without screwing up? And now that I've surpassed that point, it's absolutely incredible, and I'm so thankful for 12-step and my therapist and my family, and my higher power. Like, nobody can work these programs alone. That's why a lot of 12-step language will say the word we. Like, we admitted we were powerless. We, excuse me, we became willing to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God. That kind of thing. So you can't do it alone. You need to have that support system, and you need to have your higher power and your group and a therapist. My work friends will remember I was just a very angry person, a very bitter person. I very much had the answers to everything. I thought I was smarter than everyone. Very grandiose. Very common trait for addicts. I don't need to prove anything to anyone because for the first time, I'm happy with myself. So I don't need to project that image onto other people or do things to make them feel bad about themselves or be rude or inconsiderate or mean to other people so that I can feel better about myself. Next, I'm going to cut my crease. I bought this concealer. It's probably a very good concealer. The problem is it matches my skin tone. I prefer concealers that are lighter than my skin tone so that I can brighten under my eye. It is a great concealer for cutting your crease. If I can find a lighter shade, which I think there is one, I think. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is shade Fair 6. And I just like to do that little trick where you can see how I put it up there, and that will tell you. So even though this is above my natural crease technically, when my lid opens, it is where my eyeshadow is going to touch. So that is where I cut my crease, which is kind of a pain because I spent all that time blending. But it is why I also blend above my crease, because I know that about my lid. Next, I am going to go in with this yellow shade called Daffodil, and I'm going to put that on top of the concealer with a nice packing brush. Large packing brush. And I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. It is such a good day today. We're having a good lighting day. I'm having a good skin day, minus that. But I was able to see the new-ish movie Bohemian Rhapsody this morning. My parents took my son up to the mountains this weekend, so I have a child this weekend, so I'm actually watching something besides a cartoon. I am going to pop off camera real fast, do the other eye, and then I'm going to attempt lashes today. I bought some new ones. Yes, I did buy them, but because I self-checked out, they did not take this thing off. But I'm going to attempt to put these on today, and we'll see how I do. We may come back on and we just put on mascara because I'm not a fan of lashes. I have a hard time with them, and maybe I just haven't found the right one, but I find them my eyes feel very dry and itchy when I wear them. So, pop off camera, finish up this other eye, and attempt some lashes, and we'll go from there. I can't even believe I got those on. We'll see if they stay on the remainder of the video, though, because mine always lift in the corners, even though I add a lot more glue to the edges, so we'll see, but I'm very excited. So, another nice thing about that is I don't have to do a crazy eyeliner, which is like the worst thing to get off. That, no matter what, that always sticks. So let's go into the face. I am going to try to correct some spots here. I just use my fingers for correction. Probably not right, I don't care. Makeup is fun because you can do whatever works for you. And I've been using a fingers to do like blemish correction since I was 14. This is my favorite primer so far. It is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I like that it's hydrating but doesn't make my skin feel oily. I'm just going to buff that into the problem areas, like the smile lines. I have huge pores right here and on my nose. And get it into my wrinkles. I am also going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is the mini, the $20 version. The original is $60. I like it. I do think it actually works and is probably worth the $60 because this is the amount that you use, just a tiny little bit. And you rub it together. And then I put this in like the way problem areas, so my smile lines and my pores, and I have these weird wrinkles here. Oh, I tried a new product today and that actually went away. Okay, so I'll tell you guys about that product in a second. Let me get this on. Some there. And this will actually do a blurring effect. So I do put it under the eyes here. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. But in person, you can definitely tell. If I don't use a primer, my foundation settles into my pores so bad. So bad. Next, I am going to go in with the Born This Way foundation. This is my favorite foundation at the moment because it's medium to full. It's not a complete full coverage, but I don't know, my skin just looks amazing with it. It works really well with the Hangover Primer. Yeah, I look like a doll when I'm done using it, which that's the goal, to look plastic. So I'm gonna wet my beauty sponge. I do actually prefer a beauty sponge. I know in a lot of my tutorials I use brushes, and honestly it's just because I run out of water in my pump and I'm too lazy to go fill it up. And let's I also like this foundation because it's the one I have found that matches me the best. I do have a couple of ColourPop foundations. The first shade I bought way too light. When I was younger, you know, I grew up in Minnesota, so I'm so used to just being able to go and picking up literally the pastiest shade. And that's what color I was. But since moving down south, I've actually gained kind of a perma-tan. Yes, this is tan for me. Leave me alone. So when I bought the pastiest shade, I literally did it once and went, oh no. But you know, I committed. I wore it to work because I had to go. And I pretty much just hid in my cube that day because it was so, I looked like a ghost. I looked dead. So I did go in to ColourPop. They were having a sale. And well, they're always having a sale, let's be honest. And I bought the next one. And that one's a pretty good fit for me. But this one, I don't know. I mean, in a way, you do get what you pay for. I love the ColourPop one, but I would not do it. I would not put it on if I had to wear it for more than 5 hours. Like if you have an event, it's nice if you don't want to like use your expensive foundation, because the ColourPop foundation is only $12 full price. The Born This Way is $39. So this, I film a lot of my tutorials with my ColourPop foundation for that reason, because I don't care if I run out. But this is like my work foundation and my long wear foundation. I go in with the baby just to get right underneath that eye. And how cute is this thing? So tiny. Okay, next I am going to use my Tarte Shape Tape. I'm in the shade Fair. Not shocking, I'm pasty. And since I have a rounder face, I like to cut in and give myself some cheekbone, down the nose. This will shrink the sides of my nose a bit. And then of course we gotta get them dark circles. "900 Days" feels absolutely amazing. I can't believe how chaotic my life used to be when I look back on it. You know, I mean, I was so anxious, I was so angry, I was so insecure. Like, insecurity was a big one. If you would have told me 2.5, 3 years ago, or longer than that even, Shauna, you're gonna start a YouTube channel and you're gonna do makeup and work 40 hours and be a mom, like, I don't think so. But I would have never like put myself out there on the internet like this. I just don't worry about anything anymore, really. Like, one of the promises of 12-step is that economic insecurity and just in general insecurity will disappear, and it really, really has, you know. I kind of look at it like, I know I'm not going to please everyone, and I know not everyone's going to like me or what I do, and that's fine. I am using the Laura Mercier setting powder. so excited. I'm thinking of going and getting some fabric today for my backdrop, which I obviously don't have up. And I can start having cute backdrops for you guys. I'm not afraid to do anything anymore. I'm not afraid to take that leap within reason. You know, I have to worry about how it affects my kid. But I'm not afraid to, you know, live life on life's terms, you know. I'm just putting powder on the places that I didn't set so that the rest of my foundation doesn't literally melt all over the place. And I'm not a fan of this powder, but I honestly don't have another one. I don't like how yellow it is. You can see how yellow it is. But I don't. Oh my god, that looks so bad. Anyway, I need to find a new face powder. I am going to contour now. I've been really into the Hoola lately, but I am going to go back to my old favorite today, which is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I am in the shade Milk Chocolate. Okay, so I stamp it on where I want my cheekbone, which is obviously right there, so I cut into it right there, and then we had that lower part highlighted, so it really creates this chiseled look. Stamp it on, and then I just blend, and I go to the other side. So once my parents moved down south, I didn't move right away. And so I got a job at a bank. And I was like always being talked to about my attitude. And my attitude at the time was, well, if you're affected by my attitude, that's not my problem. And in a way, it's not. But you know how like when you're working with that person who's so, just when they do open their mouths, it's nothing positive. And everyone has a bad day, but I mean, this was every day. Just, I mean, the sun could be shining, and I would be like, yeah, well, this is happening. Like that Debbie Downer character from SNL years ago. God, I'm aging myself. That was me. I was like Debbie Downer. You know, I was depressed, I was angry, I was anxious. Of course, if you asked me, I wouldn't have said any of those things. No, I'm not. You're the problem. You're the one with the problem. Addicts like to project quite a bit. We're a little narcissistic. Okay, next we're gonna do some blush. I'm gonna go back to my ColourPop palette and do the shade Noodle. It's a really cute pink. And I just tap that on the apples of my cheeks. Got a little heavy-handed on that side, so I'm gonna bring it over here. And then I just blend into the contour. Ooh, she's pink. We're gonna have to veil that out. If you ever go a little too heavy-handed, grab some translucent powder, either loose or I have this e.l.f. compact here. It's just translucent powder. And you can take a fluffy brush, dip it in there, and then just kind of stamp over the top. And it'll tampen it down. Now we get to do my favorite part, which is highlight. I absolutely love highlighting my face. I love in the beauty lights when it just catches and it's like, so I'm going to use this one. It's more of a champagne and it is called Dreamscape. Oh, God, I love that. I mean, just glass on the face. I mean, I want to be seen from outer space. That is how much I love highlight. And I always pop it on the top of my nose and then drag it up. And Cupid's bow. Okay, so I'm going to pop off camera. I'm going to do my brows, do underneath, and then do a lip, and we will wrap up the video. Alright guys, so my brows are on now. Let's finish up the bottom part of the eye. So I am going to kind of match up the yellow and the blue, kind of connect them so it makes like a wing. Would have been a lot better than Okay, so I'm going to go back into the Slice of Paradise palette from Ace Beauty and use that yellow. And I'm going to do that right like in the lash line. And then the same on the other side. Now I'm going to go in to the darker blue and connect those. So going back to my ColourPop palette and using this cobalt blue shade, which is called Backstage. We're going to repeat that but go right underneath that yellow. And I am going to go into this silver shade here. It is called On a Whimsy. Coated the brush nicely. And I'm going to pop that in my inner corner and on the brow bone. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, cool. Oh, it is such a good makeup day today. It's like the makeup gods were like, you know what? It's 900 days. You go ahead and have a bomb-ass makeup day. To which I say, I will, thank you. I know this look is a little extreme, but as you saw in my Instagram post, I did blue and yellow because I didn't have any blue and yellow lipstick. And so I made the balloons out of all the other colors that I have, and I didn't have any of these, so I thought, why not make that the eye look? In with the Bad Gal Bang by Benefit Cosmetics. Let's try shade Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star. As per usual, that's what like 90% of my liquid lips are. And now we just need to spray. This is the finished look. This is how I did it for my 900 days celebration picture. What do you guys think? How do you like it? Let me know in the comments down below if you like this type of video better, where I let you know what kind of products I'm using. As you know, obviously I'm going to always talk about recovery. That's the main thing for me, but do you like knowing what I'm using? I need to know. I want to make the best videos for you guys. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. I had such a good time recreating this look. I'm so proud of it. I cannot believe it's been 900 days of sobriety, like recovery, living, sobriety. It just feels so good. I can't even explain it. Like, I have no words. I literally have no words. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I love you guys so much. As always, everything I used will be listed below. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Recovered Feminist. Twitter is spelled a little bit differently, but again, it will be linked down below. And I want to start uploading more consistently. I know it's been a while since my last one, but now that I have like everything I feel that I need, I have my lighting, I do have a backdrop. It's not up yet, obviously. I do need to go to the store and buy some fabric, so that's what I'm gonna go do right now. But thank you so much, guys, and we will see you again on the next one.